Hi, I'm Rajesh and welcome to another edition of Vlogging with Rajesh G. How are you guys doing today? I hope all of you are doing great and I hope it continues that way. All of you are aware that sometime back I shifted from Bangalore to Kerala and very recently from Kerala to Bangalore. And during this entire process, I would have availed the service of packers and movers. So, in this vlog, I'm going to share my personal tips on the basis of which I zeroed upon the packers and movers with whom I have been associated with for quite some time now, or preferably for the past 2 years. So, when I wanted to move, the first thing I did was I didn't know anybody in packers and movers industry because we don't need them on a regular basis. So Google was my only help. I did a Google search, came across the details of couple of packers and movers guys. Apart from that, my friends also gave me few list of packers and movers whom they have worked with or they have got a reference. So in totality, I had a list of around 15 packers and movers. I was like, okay, this list is pretty good, so let me just talk to them one after another. So during this process, I came across Mr. Vikram from Xpress Packers and Movers. I called him and I told him, I'm planning to move from Bangalore to Kerala and I would like to know your quote. And the first thing this gentleman told me was that, I'll send somebody from my office to see the items that needs to be shipped. And based on that, I will tell you the quote. I said, okay, fine, it works with me. And on mutual basis, we fixed on a timing. I think it was 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And bingo, at 2 o'clock, my doorbell rings and this guy from Express Packers and Movers was in front of me. I was completely shocked because, I can expect such level of professionalism in IT industry or in offices, but not from Packers and Movers industry. So I was like, okay, this is good. And this guy, he came into my house. He just happened to see the entire items and everything, and then he just left. So when he was leaving, I asked him, can you please help me with the code? He said, sir, I'll go back to my office, calculate the code and send it to you in another 2 to 3 hours. I said, fine. And in another 2 to 3 hours, the code from Express Packers and Movers was in my WhatsApp. Though I was impressed by Vikram, but I wanted to be sure if he's the best for me or not. So as a result of which, I had called up other vendors also to come and see the house. So many people came, they went. But the major problem with all of them was they weren't at my house on time, as a result of which I had to reschedule certain things, maybe meetings or my outings, everything, which was little annoying for me. And one incident I would like to share with all of you was that there was a packers and movers company who had sent their person to my house. And there were four people who came. And what happened was like, they saw everything. And one guy, he sat on the sofa and he said, sir, I'm going to give you the quotation right now. I was like, what? Why are you giving me the quotation right now? You can go back to your office, give me a quotation later. No, sir, we are already done. I said, okay, fine. But I don't want the quotation in hard copy. Send it to me in soft copy. And he left. And I was like, what kind of person is he? Because, there is taxes, a lot of other things which needs to be taken into consideration. And this guy was in hurry burry. He said, sir, today I'll give you the quotation and maybe another 1 week's time, we will do with the packaging thing. I said, no, I will tell you when you have to, when I need your services. Until then, you give me the quotation and you can leave for the day, which they did. So in almost 3 or 4 days, I had quotes from almost all the packers and movers whom I felt was good enough. I went through the quotes very carefully and judged them a lot of other parameters. But there was something which was attracting me towards Vikram. And I thought to give him a call one last time. So I called him and I said, see Vikram, I have your quote. I have spoken to other packers and movers. So tell me, what's the best quote you are going to give me? Because based on that, I have to take a call, whether to go with you or somebody else. So Vikram could judge that I was very serious this time. So he told, okay sir, give me some time, I'll get back to you. And he gave me the most incredible quote, which was the lowest of all these prices, because all these guys whom I have spoken to, and I have never told him what was the best quote which I was having in my hand at that moment of time. But he worked around it and he got back to me, and I was really happy. I closed the deal with him, and Vikram became my packers and movers guy from Bangalore to Kerala. And I told him, Vikram, I would need 5 cartons to be delivered to me before the actual date of, moving things from my house. He said, yeah, sir, it will be done. And one day I called him to check on the status of those 5 cartons. He told, sir, by 5 p.m., the cartons will be at your place. I said, okay, cool. And exactly at 5 p.m., there was an auto guy in front of my house and asking the location or the exact flat number where he had to come to deliver the cartons. But before the auto guy reached me, Vikram had sent me an image in WhatsApp. And that image was he had already done payment for the auto guy and I need not pay him anything. And he had written it very clearly, please don't make any payment to this auto guy as it is already paid from his end. And I was completely surprised and impressed that, he had taken care of that very small thing. But these small things were actually impressing me. And I was getting into a feeling that, I have found the right guy or the right partner to help me relocate from one city to another. But yeah, there were a lot of other things which were supposed to happen, which was, going to cement this relationship further. So I had already shared the date on which I wanted to leave Bangalore. Vikram confirmed on the timings when his packers and movers team will come to my house to pack the things and get it loaded. Exactly at that time, the team was there at my house. They started with the packaging, and the time which they have estimated, that is another 3 to 4 hours, the entire things were packed in cartons. And yes, another 1 hour, the vehicle came and it was loaded up and it went. At the time of loading, I was asked to make 100% payment. And I was a little reluctant because it was my first time and my friends had told, don't make the complete payment. So I said, see, I will make 90% payment right now. Remaining 10% will be paid at the time of delivery. Because I was very sure the next day I will be reaching Kerala and when the goods are delivered, I'll make him the payment. So with that mind, the goods left. I also boarded the train to reach Kerala. By 8 o'clock at night, Vikram called me and said, sir, tomorrow morning by around 8 a.m., goods will reach Kerala. I was like, what? I will be trained by that time. He said, don't worry, sir. If there is somebody at home, ask them to take the delivery of goods and you can reach home safely. And he said if I could make the payment of the remaining 10%, which I did instantly. And I resumed my journey. I was all hale and hearty. I reached home. I came to know that the goods have also, been delivered at the place where they were supposed to be delivered. So when I went to see the goods, I checked the number of cartons and a lot of other things which were there. I came to know about something else. That was the drivers have taken additional 10%. That means, when I did a payment of 90%, remaining 10% was there, which was mentioned in the bill. And these drivers weren't aware that I have already done the payment to Vikram. So I called up Vikram. I told, hey Vikram, there is a situation here that your drivers have taken that 10% from me, from my dad rather. And he said, okay sir, give me 5 minutes time, I'll get back to you. He called the drivers, cross-checked with them and he said, yes sir, the drivers have verified that, they have taken that money. So sir, I'm going to GPay it to you. And in another 2 minutes, that amount was refunded to my account. Had it been anybody else, no, they wouldn't have done it. But for Vikram, for the person whom I was judging all this while on his honesty, impressed me one last time. Reason, I was at a far off city and he was not very sure whether I will again get in touch with him. All I could do was to post a very negative review about it, which could be ignored. But he decided not to do that. And he made the payment. And I was like, I was not wrong in choosing him as my packers and movers partner. So this time when I had to relocate from Kerala to Bangalore, couple of my friends suggested, why don't you try a new packers and movers? I said, no, I'm happy with Vikram. He knows my way of working and he will work accordingly. So I just gave him a call. And the best part was, he still remembers me because, I was one of those customers for him who was very clear on what they want, how they want. And I was not hesitant to give honest feedbacks to him for his business to improve. as a result of which he gave me good offers in terms of discount. And during the course of our conversation, I told him, you know what, the house which I was supposed to take the possession on a particular date has been shifted by 2 to 3 days, and I have to leave Kerala on this particular date, and before that I want the goods to be shipped. So he told, sir, you don't worry about it. You can load the goods in your presence, and if the goods reaches Bangalore before you get the possession of the house, so in that case, I will give you free storage facility as a complimentary gesture for a returning customer like you. And I was really touched by his gesture. But though he had said all those things, and I was very sure, one of the biggest stress from my mind has been taken away by Vikram. But the situation did arise for me to take the storage facility, because by the time the goods reached Bangalore, I had already got the possession of the house, and I directed them to directly reach the house instead of going to the warehouse. So that was my journey with Express Packers and Movers and the person I was interacting all this while, Vikram. And the best part, I have never seen Vikram. Vikram has never seen me, and I was always under the assumption that Vikram operates from Bangalore. It was only very recently I came to know Vikram operates from a different state, and he has expressed his willingness to meet me because he told there are very few customers who do a return business with him. And one more thing, after my goods were, transferred from Bangalore to Kerala, I posted a very good review for him, and I shared that thing with him. Check with your packers and movers about any additional benefits which they are willing to offer you. Like in my case, I got a storage facility. Check with them. Get, a rough estimate of the bill. And once you have, spoken to all the other people, ask the packers and movers to give you the final bill inclusive of taxes. Because what happens, most packers and movers will tell you, so this is the quote, and at the time of loading the goods, they will give you the final bill which will include your GST, and the amount will be little on the higher end. But if you have a bill inclusive of GST, you only have to pay this much amount and not a penny more than that. Communicate very clearly with the packers and movers on what date and at what time you want your goods to be loaded, and check for their preparedness on that particular day, and take the numbers of the drivers who will be reaching the delivery point. It's very important because sometimes Vikram may not be able to reach, but if you call the drivers, they will clearly tell you where they have reached, and accordingly you can estimate by what time they will reach your location. Don't make 100% payment. Always try to make 80% or 90% payment when the goods are being loaded. Remaining 10%, you can keep it with you. And I think most of the packers and movers will agree to it. And one most important thing, please check the number of cartons when you are loading and when you are unloading. Because you need to make a list of it, which will be kept with you as well as with the driver, so that later on there is no conflict of interest. So I hope this video was informative for you. If that's the case, you know the drill by now. Like the video, share the video, post your thoughts in the comment section. And yes, if you want details of Vikram, please ping me in the comment section. I'll be happy to share the number. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. So until my next video, bye-bye, take care, and spread the power of positivity around you.